Mystery group lived in central Argentina for millennia. Ancient DNA reveals. New study fills major gap in genetic map of ancient human migrations. Let's talk about it. This is a cool paper that taught us quite a bit about South America. Specifically the southern cone, one of the last places on Earth to become inhabited by people. Previous ancient DNA analysis had identified three major ancestries in South America, centered in the central Andes, the Amazon and Patagonia. Central Argentina, which is kind of in the middle of all that, that was a blind spot genetically, and these researchers wanted to see, was that area kind of a blending of these three other groups? And that's where the surprise came in, because in the area there is a lot of change over time. New cultures develop, new agricultural methods, things that when we look at the other side of the world, we see a lot of replacement of populations and a lot of population movement, but that doesn't seem to be the same here in South America. There was some mixing occasionally. It's not like they were entirely in isolation. The mixing seems to be at the edges, but it's interesting in the sense that these interactions stayed at the edges. The researchers mentioned it's not like there are huge biogeographic barriers. The area is basically a huge plain. The genetic evidence suggests this group was resilient, persisting in the area for the last 8,500 years, even during periods of drought between 6,000 and 4,000 years ago. Today, many modern Argentinians still share admixture from this population, this deep history in the area. This study added over 200 ancient genomes from the region. The oldest were around 10,000 years old and showed that populations in the area had already been diverging long enough to become their own group by that period. And I just want to emphasize this last part one last time. It's an interesting contradiction. We may have to rethink what we thought was the most significant migration in South American prehistory. And that's referring to around 1,500 years ago, where it seems like agricultural practices and stuff like that from the Amazon spreads through the region. They had kind of assumed you would see genetic evidence of those populations moving into the region, but that's not what they find. The materials move into the area, but not the genes. And that's interesting. That's unique, and it's not typically what we see. This is the actual study if you want to go look into it. It's behind a paywall, but I was able to find free PDFs on ResearchGate.